you about what we did. We're going to introduce ourselves first. My name is Erin Sala.
Taylor Trahan.
Madison Scullin.
Kim Stevens.
Excuse me, I'm having 7
All right.
Okay. So we had one overarching research question that we wanted to answer, and that was whether Iberville Parish was effectively reaching its publics. And we based our research question off of Grunig's excellence theory of public relations, which basically states that organizations need to utilize a two-way communication model when communicating with its internal and external publics. And the two-way communication model basically is just when publics are able to have interact with the organization, so feedback with the organization and the organization communicating with the publics. This is important because Iberville Parish is a brand, and a brand has a reputation and a way that it wants its publics to perceive it. So Iberville Parish needs to implement a two-way communication plan in order for its publics to effectively perceive the organization the way it wants to and to communicate properly.
Okay, so there are a few research steps that you need to take in order to conduct research, beginning with interviews, focus groups, content analysis, survey, and experiment. So for interviews, we conducted in-depth interviews of school board members in Iberville Parish, and then we followed that with a focus group of school board of administrators in Iberville Parish. So we asked them questions based on 3 themes. The first theme was how will and can Iberville Parish increase engagement and involvement? How will and can Iberville Parish connect community members? And the third theme was what is Iberville Parish willing to do to increase conversation, interaction, and trust on the page. So a focus group is basically a guided discussion on a particular topic to measure perceptions, opinions, and beliefs on something. So next we conducted a content analysis in which we coded posts to see if photo-based posts received more or less interaction than purely text posts. And following the content analysis, we did surveys of parents. We sent out 4,000 surveys with children home to give to their parents. And then after the surveys, we did an experiment in which we posted it on the Iberville Parish page. Well, Iberville Parish posted it, and that measured attitudes toward different social media post types. So we asked about fill-in-the-blank posts, trivia, video, and polls. So we gave them a screenshot of the different types of posts and asked them their attitudes about those posts.
And like Madison said, we did use a content analysis, and basically what that is it's a comparison. It allows us to measure variables and make them replicable and valid references. And also, we used it mainly to determine which types of posts would lead to more engagement. And so we compared the what Iberville Parish social media regulators deem important compared to what its publics might view as important. And to do that, we used 3 t-tests, and we did one for likes, comments, and shares, because that is one of the ways we determine what we call engagement metrics, and so that's one of the ways that we determine which posts receive higher levels of engagement. And a t-test is basically another comparison. It compares the means. Yes, it's a ratio of the group means compared to the variability of the groups. And so based on that, Erin's going to tell you more about the results.
Okay, so before we get into the results, we're going to tell you what our specific hypothesis was. And it's written here, and it basically states that we believe that specifically on the Facebook page, photo with text-based posts would result in a higher level of engagement metrics based on the number of likes, comments, and shares as opposed to text-based posts. So those are the 2 groups we used to compare the means in our content analysis. And basically what we expected to find was that obviously the photo-based post would result in a higher engagement based upon the number of likes. However, being that Iberville Parish doesn't currently implement two-way communication, we didn't really think there'd be a significance with comments. So that's what we expected. And then for our results, they basically agree with that. And we found that photo and text-based posts do have a difference in the mean based upon the number of likes than strictly text-based posts. However, with the comments and shares, as you can see, there's very little, if any, significance. So your publics aren't as inclined to comment or share the post, but they are willing to engage with it via liking it. And then Taylor will tell you what Iberville Parish can do to move forward.
So the whole point of this research was just kind of get you guys some advice, some information for moving forward from us as a research group. And so what we've decided after using existing research that we studied as we completed this, and then with our study that we completed, was that Iberville Parish, because you'll have such a dynamic audience, it would be great to strive, and we understand that not every post that posts to social media can use a photo, but just to strive to attach a photo to all posts. It just draws the eye more on the page. It allows for a quicker, they say when you're on social media, you have about 2 to 3 seconds to catch someone's attention. So if you have a photo there, it's easy. They see the photo, then they go to the text. So that's one of our main suggestions. And then another suggestion that we had was to derive a system for accepting outside content. I know that when we spoke with your focus group, we were told that you'll have some tech facilitators at certain schools who are regulating this content, and they say they can't always, be in classrooms at once because they're having their own duties to take care of throughout the day. So however y'all would see fit to derive kind of an outside system, whether it's submissions that are processed through a certain list of regulations before they're put on the page, as long as these students have releases, whatever you feel appropriate. It might be provide more photo opportunities for you to attach those photos to those posts. So that pretty much concludes our research and our presentation. Are there any questions from anybody?